Hello, York Sports Network. Welcome to another varsity baseball stream where the York Dukes are taking on the Glenbard West Hilltoppers. For the second time this week, these two teams faced off yesterday in Glen Ellen, where the Dukes came out on top 11 to nothing. Combined efforts, 1 in 5 innings, 4 from Dukes ace Ryan Sloan, and then Tommy Van Daff came in, closed out the game. And today we got Chris Danko on the mound starting for the Dukes. Over at first, as always, is Jack Braun. Josh Fleming, who homered yesterday, is over at second. Nico Ruggieri has been hitting extremely well. Will once again be at shortstop, and he's really found his role with the Dukes after being promoted to starter and going 3 for 4 against Downers Grove North. He's really settled in nicely to that starter role. Paul Reedy over at third base. Of course, behind the plate is Jack Rosmus. And the outfield consists of Matt Barton in right field, Ryan Turner in center field, and Eli Maurer in the left. First pitch just moments away as Rosmus fires, throw down to second. And leading things off for the hitters is going to be Joey Campanella.
Leading off the top of the first for Glenbard West, the center fielder, number 3, Joey Campanella.
Danko relies on his mid-80s fastball as well as a changeup, slider, and a bit of a curveball. First pitch is on its way. It's going to be a strike fastball with that arm side run in their first strike. The 0-1 is fouled straight back into the netting. Campanella quickly finds himself down 0-2. Danko looking for a great pitch here, probably looking to make one of his best pitches. The 0-2 is fouled straight back. This time hits a pole. Count will stay 0-2. Danko will be in the starting lineup for hitting today. Coach Kalal getting rid of the DH so Danko can hit. There's a high curveball that's going to miss. Count now is 1-2. Campanella hanging in there as he fouls Danko's fastball straight back once again. Danko doing a good job attacking the zone early. But props to the Hilltopper center fielder for doing a great job of hanging in there, fouling back a lot of Danko's fastballs. The 1-2 once again fouled, hit high in the air to the left side, but that's going to be out of play. One and two, the count. Curveball in there, a little bit upstairs. Count evens out now, 2-2, and the battle continues. Go fires a fastball outside. Count is now full. Campanella battling back from being down 0-2. Now is ahead, 3-2. 3-2 on its way. Curveball called strike 3. Campanella strikes out looking. Danko, the good breaking ball. Some nice action. Started at the top of the zone and broke down into the middle of the plate. Danko quickly has his first out of the inning. Now Nico Rudy steps in, playing second base. Going to see a curveball in there for a first pitch strike. Glenbard West did not score a run yesterday, shut out in 5 innings. Looking to get some early base runners. As there's a fastball upstairs for ball number 1. High fastball fouled straight back into the netting. Danko quickly finding himself ahead in the count once again. Count is 1-2. And this is exactly what he needs to do. Attack the zone if he wants to go deep into this game. And that one nearly hits Rudy. It's ball 2. Looked like he tried to sneak a backdoor slider into the inside part of the plate. Rudy had that jump out of the way as it just didn't get the brink Danko was looking for. High fastball up and away. Count is now full once again. Danko on 3-2. Fires a strike 3. It's a slider. Swung on and missed by Rudy.
Batting next for the Hilltoppers.
And
The shortstop,
Danko has struck
number
out the
9,
first 2 batters.
Jason Valdez.
That brings up the 3-hitter, the shortstop, Jason Valdez. Danko throws a slider outside, ball 1. So he's going to start behind 1-0. Fires fastball outside once again. Valdez has the count he's looking for up ahead, 2-0. Danko coming set. Fires in a changeup down low. So count is now 3-0. Interesting to see here if Valdez takes. I mean, gotta think you don't have any base runners, 2 outs. If he really likes the pitch, probably gonna let him swing at it. Does take the outside fastball for a strike. Count is now 3-1. Danko trying to come back from a 3-0 count to the 3rd batter of the inning. And there's a strike as Valdez fouls a fastball back to the backstop. A lot of foul balls hit at the back netting behind the umpire. Hitters are having a hard time catching up to Danko's fastball as the count is now full. The 3-2 payoff pitch, ball 4 outside. Danko strikes out the first 2, walks Valdez to bring up
Batting next for the Hilltoppers.
the
designated
DH,
hitter,
Adam
22,
Naglin.
Adam Naglin.
Naglin DHing, hitting in place of starting pitcher Joey Orzula. Danko is going to fire a first pitch, swinging strike, changeup down low. Naglin out on his front foot. Danko slide step, a little bit of a quick pitch there. It's going to be ball 1 low and away on the fastball. Count's going to even out. It's going to be another ball on the outside fastball. This time the hat comes off of Danko's head. Naglin finds himself up 2-1. Danko comes set, throws a breaking ball outside. Naglin now up 3-1. Danko's going to have to challenge him here in the strike zone, but he also needs to be careful. Naglin is the cleanup hitter for the Hilltoppers. Likely has a lot of power. The 3-1 is going to be called, ball 4 outside, so Danko's second consecutive walk, and that's going to bring up Danny Nash, the right fielder. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. After striking out the first 2 batters, Danko finds himself in a little bit of a jam. Trying to work his way out of it. He's going to fire a fastball just a little bit upstairs, says the umpire. Ball 1. Danko had great command for the first 2 batters, attacking the zone, doing a great job commanding his off speed. As there's a strike, swing and a miss by Nash. But it really just felt like the last two batters, he didn't have it. He was able to get back to a 3-2 count, but then missed just outside. Then he walked Naglin on a 3-1 count. That's an outside fastball. Danko really wanted that one. Count now goes to 2-1. In a tough spot here. Base hit likely scores Valdez, as there's a fastball right down the middle for strike two. Now Danko starting to come back. And this is a big pitch. 2 outs, first and second, 2-2. Danko comes set, delivers, curveball called for a ball outside. Count is now full. And another tough spot for Danko, full count. Needs to challenge Danny Nash. Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a foul straight back. Like Nash was sitting off speed there as he was very late on that one. Seemed a little bit surprised that Danko went fastball. We do it all over again. The 3-2. Danko checks on the runner at second. Fires. Runners go. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Danko walks 2 but strikes out 3. And that's going to end the top of the first. So a little bit of traffic for Danko. Still no hits for the Hilltoppers. And the York Dukes coming up to bat.
Number 3, Nico Ruggieri.
Bottom of the first, Joey Orzula on the mound for the Hilltoppers here. And his first assignment is going to be Nico Ruggieri. Ruggieri swinging a very hot bat as of late. Looks to continue that in the leadoff spot. So he awaits the very first pitch from the Hilltoppers right-hander, and he's going to swing and foul that one back. Just got on top of that. Yo, 1 is going to be swung on and missed. That was a good changeup, dropped out of the zone as it started to be the bottom of the strike zone. Ruggieri finding himself in an 0-2 hole, which he very rarely falls behind. Orzula doing a great job getting ahead to the leadoff hitter. And there's going to be a fastball upstairs. I think he put an extra mile or two into that one. Ruggieri, one of his traits that makes him such a great leadoff hitter is he's very patient at the plate and he has an incredible ability to work the count. But not this time as he goes down swinging for the first out. Breaking ball there from Orzula.
The right fielder, number 4, Matt Barton.
Matt Barton steps into the box. Barton moved up last time you guys saw him on YSN. He was batting ninth and playing left field. Now he's batting second playing right field. After his impressive performance against Downers Grove North, as there's a first pitch changeup outside. Dukes have been doing a great job getting on the board early in games, and they're going to want to continue to do that. A lot of base runners early. Outside slider ball, too. They did that extremely well last game. They were up 4-0 by the third inning. Josh Fleming extended the lead to 5-0 after he hit a solo shot deep to left field. There's a ball down low. So Barton now ahead 3-0. Orzula, who commanded his off-speed, great against Ruggieri, struggling to find the zone against Barton with his changeup. So there's the 3-0. Barton takes for ball 4. It was a breaking ball that didn't really break back into the zone.
Batting next for the Dukes,
and
the
now the
center
Dukes
fielder,
have a
number
runner
20, Ryan
on first
Turner.
base. And the 3-hitter playing center field as Danko's on the mound. It's going to be Ryan Turner. Turner gets a hold of one. He can really send it out there. Turner also very tall, standing well over 6 feet. Barton doesn't go. It's the first pitch fastball going to be high. Orzula throwing his 5th straight ball, looking to get a strike in there, and he does. Slider catches the inside part of the zone for strike 1. On deck's the Dukes catcher, Jack Rasmus. Rasmus homered in his last home game, or 2 home games ago, as Barton goes. There's going to be a ball inside, the throw down to second, not in time. Barton has a stolen base. And Turner's now up ahead 2-1. Barton with an aggressive lead and even a great jump as well. Just not enough for Glenbard West catcher Jacob Locks to pop up and make the throw. Throw just a little bit short. Not sure if that would have mattered. Barton showing off that great speed. No one holding him on. The 2-1 to Turner is going to be fouled straight back at the net. Count evens out to 2-2. Orzula looking to get a big second out here. The 2-2 is going to be in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher. Barton on his way to third. Turner now ahead 3-2. Barton advances, and now runners 90 feet away from scoring. Anything to the right side or in the air to the outfield should score Barton. The 3-2 to Turner. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Turner struck out swinging on the high fastball.
Batting next for the Dukes.
There's now
The
2
catcher,
outs
number 2, Jack
as Orzula
Rasmus.
kind of having an inning similar to Danko. Strikeout, walk, strikeout. Just a little bit of a difference with the stolen base and then the wild pitch. And now that's going to bring up the Dukes cleanup hitter, Jack Rasmus. Throws him a curveball way outside. 1-0. Rasmus swings and misses. The changeup inside part of the plate. That's going to hit the catcher in the thigh. Gets up and rubs it off. Now Raz steps back up in the plate. Count even at 1-1. Swing, and he lines a one right to the third baseman. Looked like it was high enough to go to left field, but that was a rope hit by Rasmus. Third baseman with an incredible leaping play to make the catch, and that will get Orzula out of the inning with no damage. He puts up a 0 on the board as the Hilltoppers are going back up to bat, and Chris Danko looking to have a quick inning. He's going to face Brandon Nunez, Reed Sheely, and Charlie Klein, 6, 7, 8. Coming up, Dukes fail to score after Barton draws the walk and makes it to third. Danko looking to keep this game scoreless to the top of the second, coming up soon. Third baseman Brandon Nunez leading off the inning as Chris Danko's ready to start his second inning of work, and he's going to start it off the ground ball right to shortstop. Ruggieri fumbles it. He couldn't hold on to it. Nunez reaches on an error. Danko able to get that soft contact. Well, I wouldn't say soft contact. That ground ball he was looking for, but it took a big bounce at the lip of the infield, and Ruggieri just hit him in the chest, and he tried catching it with his bare hand so he would have enough time, and it just didn't really work out. Now Reed Sheely steps into the box. So there's going to be a first pitch fastball for a strike. Catches that bottom outside corner, just exactly where you want that one. Another fastball. This time it's going to be called for a ball. Just a little bit low. Sheely getting a nod in left field today. Nunez goes, but there's a foul ball. Count now 1-2. I don't think Danko checked over at that runner. I think he gave too much time in between initially looking over and then throwing the pitch. Nunez, an aggressive lead. He does not take off, though. But there's an outside fastball. Rasmus had to slide over and make the catch, anticipating probably that Nunez was going to take off. Count now 2-2. And there's the pickoff attempt, but Nunez dives back safely. And there's going to be slider outside, full count. Nunez goes, swing and a miss, strike 3. Rasmus is thrown down to second, not held on by Ruggieri. Nunez able to get the stolen base Fortunately for Danko, he picks
Batting
up the
next for the
strikeout.
Hilltoppers, the first
Sheely
baseman,
retired.
number
Charlie
13,
Klein,
Charlie Klein.
a first baseman, steps into the box. First pitch is in there for a strike. Went fastball to Klein. Oh, one on its way. Swung on and missed. Danko blows that fastball by Charlie Klein. As he goes down 0-2. Here's a runner in scoring position as there's a swing and a miss. Another swinging strikeout for Chris Danko. He picks up his 5th of the day. It looked like a two-seam fastball with some arm side run to it. Ran inside and Klein couldn't keep up with it as he was late, and he couldn't get extended out in front of it to even have a chance of making contact, and that's a really good pitch by Danko. Jacob Locks steps in, the catcher. Takes high inside, fastball, ball one. Hitters trying to get this runner in, take a lead, score their first run in the series. There's a fastball low and away, 2-0 the count now. Danko trying to work out. I don't know if I would call it a jam, but runner in scoring position for sure. There's a little pop-up flare to the net. Strike one. Locks ready for the 2-1 pitch. Danko is going to throw a fastball in the dirt. Nice stop by Rasmus. Nunez forced to go back. Danko's 3-1. It's going to be called. Strike two out. Fastball outside part of the plate. Lock could not pull the trigger. Now the count is full. 3-2 is down low. Ball four. Danko, his 3rd walk of the day. And now we're back to the top of the order. Joey Campanella struck out looking in his first at bat. So there's going to be a pinch runner for Locke. It's going to be number 11, A.J. Cano. And they got him on the attempt. What a throw. Danko gets out of it without throwing a pitch to Campanella, so he'll lead off at the top of the 3rd. But first we have Jack Braun leading things off, followed by Joshua Fleming and Chris Danko. Hilltopper's not able to score that runner at second after he gets picked off. And Dukes will go up. Bottom of the 2nd, still no score. Bottom of the second underway. Jack Braun steps into the box for the first time today. Joey Orzula ready for his second inning of work. Braun moving up in the lineup after a nice couple of games with hits, as he's going to look at ball one, low and away. Braun's going to take ball two. This time low and inside, so Orzula missing once again. This is where Braun excels, when he's a couple pitches ahead in the count. He's able to really drive it. So there's a slider in there for a strike. Count now goes to 2-1. Braun going to foul this one back. It's the net, and the count evens out to 2-2. Braun doing a good job of just fouling away pitches that will be strikes, but he doesn't like. Just trying to get a runner on, and he's going to swing and miss for strike three. Orzula got him with the changeup, and Braun is retired.
The second baseman, number 12, Josh Fleming.
On strikes. Josh Fleming, the second baseman, now up to bat. It's one away. Middle infielders backing up, outfielders backing up. After he crushed a home run in Glen Ellen yesterday, so there's going to be a changeup down low. Gets away from Locks. So a new baseball delivered to Orzula. Fleming swinging the bat extremely well. 3 home runs on the season, as there's going to hit a rope right to shortstop, but the back shift works as they're going to get him out at first. Nice play and throw made by their shortstop, Jason Valdez. Fleming hit that extremely hard, but playing deeper in the infield allowed Valdez more time to react to the ball. Got in front of it and delivered a nice throw to retire Fleming. So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Dukes. Chris Danko steps into the box, and he's going to take ball one inside. Orzula looking for a 1-2-3 inning, but throws a slider high and away. So Danko now in a pretty good spot ahead, 2-0. Danko's going to swing, pop it up, way back, and out of play behind the backstop. It's the first strike on Danko in this at-bat. 2-1 on its way. It's going to be ball 3 outside. Zula tried going with that fastball, trying to locate that to the outside part of the plate, but he just throws it a bit too far outside, and that's an easy take for Danko, as that's well off the plate. Now Danko had 3-1, takes ball 4. No, it's strike 2. Pitch looked to be high and outside. Danko thought so as well, as he threw the bat like he was about to draw a walk, but the umpire calls it a strike. So now the count is full. And there's ball 4. It's an upstairs changeup. Danko draws a walk. Now Dukes have a runner on. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Paul Reedy. Reedy provides a little bit of pop and consistency towards the bottom of the Dukes lineup. Very reliable contact hitter. And he's going to get drilled the first pitch right in the ribs. Orzula hits Reedy on the
Batting
very
next for the
first
Dukes,
pitch.
the left fielder, number 5, Eli
Mauer's going to come up to bat with runners on first and second, 2 away. Now Orzula in a bit of a jam. Danko dancing around second base. No one holding him on, though. Mauer going to swing and foul. One straight back at the Duke's dugout. First pitch curveball, something you don't normally see to a 9-hitter. Orzula having a hard time locating his other breaking stuff as well as his fastball. Felt confident about that pitch. That's his go-to pitch. Just needed to get ahead. Mauer swings and misses. This time at a changeup. Now quickly finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Orzula comes set. The 0-2 is going to get away from the catcher. Danko on his way to third. Reedy trots into second, no problem. Ball 1 to Mauer. Both runners advance 1 base, so that gets rid of the potential force outs for the final out. And now Mauer has a chance to drive in 2 with a base hit. Outfielders playing about medium depth, maybe a little bit shallower than the top of the lineup, as Mauer's going to rip this one down the third base line. Danko's going to score standing up. Kalal sending Reedy, and the ball gets away from the left fielder. Eli Mauer on his way to second with a 2 RBI knock, and the Dukes strike first. Score is now 2-0.
The shortstop, number 3, Nico Ruggieri.
For York. Nico Ruggieri coming up to bat. Once again, he struck out in his first plate appearance. Mauer dancing around second. Ruggieri swinging a miss, changeup in the dirt. Back to Mauer's hit. He really just took that pitch and just drove it right down the line. It was in a perfect spot, out of reach for the third baseman. Gets the single, advances to second on an error by the left fielder. Ruggieri going to drive this one into the gap, and this one is trouble. Mauer's going to score standing up. Ruggieri using his speed, trying to get to second. Will he get there? He slides in. He's safe as there's no throw. Another run for the Dukes. They're up 3-0 now.
Batting next for the Dukes.
And that hit by pitch.
Number 4, Matt Barton.
The walk issued by Orzula coming back to haunt him. Now with a 3-0 lead, Matt Barton steps in. He walked, stole a base, and advanced on a wild pitch. In his last at-bat, had a fun trip around the bases. Is that one's going to get away from the catcher? No, it just bounces right in front of him. Ruggieri thought about going, but decides to stop, as he would have been thrown out by a mile if he had committed to running to third. Barton ahead 1-0. Orzula steps off. Ruggieri was dancing with him. Gonna step off. Neither of the middle infielders for Glenbard West making any effort to get any closer to the base. Valdez kind of playing behind Ruggieri, as Barton's gonna ground this one back towards the visitor dugout for strike 1. It's a foul ball. Base hit likely scores Ruggieri, as he's got great speed for the Dukes. And Barton's going to take a ball outside, and Ruggieri It's going to go to third as that ball gets away from Locks. We've seen a lot of these low and away pitches just not being blocked by the Hilltoppers catcher, and it's really coming back and starting to hurt them, especially now. You're already down 3-0, and Ruggieri advanced to third. You do have 2 outs, but if Barton can get a hit, then this is not good, as that it will certainly score a run, as there's a high curveball. Count is now 3-1. Barton in a perfect position to do even more damage to the Hilltoppers in the bottom of the second. And another high curveball. Barton draws his second walk of the day. Runners are on the corners.
Batting next for the Dukes, the center fielder, number 20,
Ryan Turner coming out, and here comes the Hilltoppers manager. Potential pitching change could be coming up, or he could be just coming out to talk things over with Orzula. I did see him pull out the lineup card. Could be defensive positioning. Turner struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Worked it to a full count and went down swinging. Dukes with a chance to pile on even more runs. Umpire's going to go break up this meeting. So no pitching change yet. Manager out there for an awful long time. Umpire not breaking it up. So Orzula will stay on the mound. Ryan Turner to the Dukes. 3-hitter stepping in. Trying to tack on a couple of more runs. Extend the Dukes lead even further. Give Chris Danko even more run support. There's a check swing and the ball gets away from the catcher. Ruggieri has to scurry back to third, but Barton will go to second. Pitch was a ball, so Turner now be expecting a 1-0 delivery. And swung on and missed. That's strike one on Turner. Nice changeup from Orzula. Started in the zone and then just broke to low and away out of the zone. Turner took a big hack at that one. Orzula delivers. Curveball outside. Orzula mixing his pitches up a lot. Turner has not seen 2 of the same pitches back to back in this at bat. Likely to keep him on his toes. Runners on second and third. Turner gonna smash this one. It's gonna hit the fence on the third base side, so that's a foul ball, strike 2. Count evens out, 2-2. 2 outs. Jack Rasmus is on deck. Turner's able to reach base as that one's going to get away from the catcher. Ruggieri slips as he tries to go back to third, saves himself and retreats back. A lot of balls getting away from the catcher. Count is now full, 3-2, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Big pitch for Orzula. Still no action in the Glenbard West pen despite the long meeting with the manager, as that's going to be ball 4 outside. Turner draws the walk and the bases are loaded.
Batting next for the Dukes, the catcher, number 2, Jack Rasmus.
Jack Rasmus, who had a hard line drive right to the third baseman, has a chance to drive in some runs here. To be real careful pitching to him here as there's ball 1 low and away. Orzula needs to find his spot, and he needs to deliver on almost every one of these pitches. A walk would bring in a run, and that is not what you want to do. But you also can't just be throwing it right down the middle, as Rasmus will crush it. As that one's going to get away from the catcher. Ruggieri on his way home. A bit of a late steal, and he slides in safely. And that's another run for the Dukes. Ruggieri had a delayed jump on the wild pitch, but he's going to come in and score. It's now 4-0, Dukes lead. That pitch, Rasmus also had 2-0. Gonna foul that one straight back. Nice late break on the slider. Rasmus missing the barrel, hitting the end of the bat. A lot of the foul balls from both sides today going straight back, hitting the backstop or like high net behind the catcher and the umpire. 2-1 coming. Orzula a long look at second base. Breaking ball, strike 2 called. So count evens out. Orzula trying to get out of a long second inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball going to be low and away. Just couldn't keep it high enough. Just a little bit higher, I reckon that would have been called strike 3. They would have been out of the inning, just missing a little bit low. So full count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Same situation when Turner was at bat last batter, and he drew a walk. Rasmus going to hit this one sharply to shortstop, and that's going to be off the glove of the shortstop. 1 run comes in. Turner has to go back to third so he doesn't get tagged out. Rasmus going to reach on an error. That's the second error of the day by the Hilltoppers shortstop, Jason Valdez. He's playing deeper in the hole, trying to give himself more time, and it just hit off part of his glove. He couldn't recover. Score is now 5-0 in favor of the Dukes. Runners on the corners. Brian Filosa coming out of the dugout to pinch run for Rasmus. Got to get the gear on as him and Chris Danko will prepare for their third inning of work together. Jack Braun stepping into the plate, struck out swinging his last at-bat. Braun trying to extend this Dukes lead even more. Swings at the first pitch, going to foul it straight back. It's on the ground, so Braun just caught that a little bit out in front. Unable to barrel it up. It's been one of his big struggles, but when he barrels it up, he can hit it very far. Runner goes. Braun swings and misses for strike 2. Filosa slides in safely. There wasn't going to be a throw anyways. Braun down 0-2, going to foul this one down the first base line. Staying alive. Ronnie waiting for the 0-2 once again. Swing fouls it back. The backstop. Josh Fleming on deck. Hard ground out to the third baseman. His last at bat. Waits to see if he will be hitting this inning. Orzula trying to just get out of this jam, as that's ball number 1. I'm sorry, ball number 1 to Jack Braun. Braun doing a great job hanging in there. Just fouling off the pitches he doesn't like. Just sending them back. So he's going to take ball 2. Good stop that time by Locks. Prevents. Would have been another run from scoring if that had gotten away from him. Count evens out now, 2-2. Braun again climbing back. Orzula does have 2 outs, needs one more strike. Braun going to hit this sharply to first base. It's going to be scooped up, and he makes the throw to the pitcher Orzula for the out. Finally gets out of the inning, but not after the Dukes put 5 runs on the board. Top of the third we go. Chris Danko going to be heading out there. So Dukes score 5 in a long inning. Eli Maurer with the 2 RBI single, advanced on the error by the outfielder. Nico Ruggieri ripped the double. So Danko preparing for his 3rd inning. He's going to be facing the top of the order, Campanella, Rudy, and Valdez. That'll be coming up shortly.
Top of the third for Glenbard West.
Top of the third.
The center fielder,
Underway.
number 3,
Joey
Campanella.
Campanella steps in, 2nd time today. Well, 3rd time if you count the inning-ending pickoff at 2nd of Brandon Nunez. Campanella struck out looking his last at-bat, and he looks at strike 1. Danko, big lead to work with. He's going to fire a curveball. It's going to be grounded, but it's going to be just to the right of the first base line and foul. Campanella down 0-2. I think Danko, now that he's settled in, he's starting to figure out the break a lot better. I feel like his control issues come when the ball is breaking too much and he's trying to throw it a little, like, for example, he throws it a bit too outside as that slider is fouled back. Count remains 0-2. But he'll throw slider to a right-handed hitter, and he'll try and hit that middle outside part of the plate, but it'll break too far outside when he should really just be aiming middle in. I mean, it's not a bad problem to have, but it's just he finally figured out, and he seems to be settling in nicely. Chopper right to Fleming. First batter's retired. Danko gets the ground out of Campanella. He's 0 for 2 today. Nice play by Fleming, charging that, especially on the York's field. You do not want to wait for the ball to come to you, and I think that's why we've seen 2 errors from Jason Valdez today. Worked out for him nicely the first time, but the next 2 times just not so much. Curveball, ball high, says the umpire. Like it caught enough of the strike zone, but he hasn't been giving anyone the upstairs pitches. But there's going to be a strike. Fires that fastball in. Count evens out at 1-1. Fastball upstairs. Count now goes to 2-1. It's going to be a changeup low and away. So it's now 3-1. That goes missed. Last few pitches. It's going to be ball 4, fastball outside. This time it was high enough, just too far outside. And that's his 4th walk issued today. Danko has 5 strikeouts and 4 walks. His pitch count's going to be getting up there. Coach Kalal trying to keep that pitch count around 60 in the beginning of the year. That's what Ryan Sloan told me. That's why he didn't go all 5 innings yesterday. He said he struggled with command in the first. There's a fly ball right field, and it's going to be foul. That was Jason Valdez, the shortstop. Walked his first at bat. Which count gradually increases by the end of the year. Sloan said it ends at around 80. Pickoff attempt from Danko. Diving back safely is Rudy. He takes an aggressive lead here. Now steal when there's a ball. Danko apparently missing. Once again, just a little bit too high, this umpire. Goes a little bit wider than normal, but not very high. So there's a curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch from Danko. Ahead 1-2. Ground ball would be nice. Ooh, tries to pick off Rudy again. Just Rudy wasn't far enough off the base, but he was not paying attention. Danko caught him by surprise. Runner goes as there's going to be a foul ball right at the first baseman, Jack Braun, who comes off the bag and touches it foul. So Rudy ended up trying to steal. Valdez fouled that pitch away, likely to be called strike 3 if he didn't do anything. Rudy doesn't go this pitch. Danko put an extra mile or two on that fastball, but it's going to be outside. Count is now 2-2. Still only 1 out for Danko, really working the count in these first 2 at-bats. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him with the high heat. Valdez goes down swinging. No chance of catching up to that one. Great pitch by Danko. Just tried to see if he would swing it just a little bit of a higher pitch, and he did. So Danko picks up his 6th strikeout, throws it again, trying to pick off Rudy. Braun does a great job of stopping that as the throw was low and in the dirt. Adam Naglin steps in, the DH for the Hilltoppers, walked his first at bat, and he rips one down the line. It's going to be a fair ball. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. This might be out of play, and it is. It'll be a ground rule double. Or will it? No, they're not signaling anything. It went into the construction stuff. He's very confused as that's a triple, and that's going to drive in a run. Coach Kalal, I think, wanted Eli Maurer to throw his hands up. Is that would have stopped it? I mean, it rolled onto the tarp with the mulch that I believe is under that tarp. And no use. Hilltoppers get a run up. It's now 5-1. Shows bunt. He's going to push it down to first base. Danko can't hold on, but he makes the throw. Did he get him? Yes. What a catch by Jack Braun. Another run comes in. Let's make sure Braun is okay. He got hit hard at first. Nash really ran into him. The sunglasses came off. He seems to be shaken up. Makes an excellent play. He's okay. The inning is over. So Danko gives up 2. He gets out of the inning. Questionable right there. So Eli Maurer tried playing it instead of putting his hands up. Duke's still up by 3.
35, Carter Lobinger.
Bottom of the third.
Leading off the
About to
bottom of the
start
third for
Carter
the Dukes, the second baseman,
Lobinger
number 12,
up
Josh
on the mound for the
Fleming.
Hilltoppers. Joshua Fleming now up for the second time today. Grounded out to third base in his last at-bat. Looks at strike one. Fastball catches the low inside part of the plate. My apologies, the score is actually 5-1. One of the runners was counted as an out. Fleming swing and a miss. Now it's 2 strikes on him. One of the guy bunted with 2 outs, so one of the runner that I thought got in did not count. Score's actually 5-1. So Fleming with 2 strikes gonna take a curveball for a ball. Fleming looks at a slider outside. 2-2 the count now. Or I'm sorry, 3-2. Counts full. Fleming. Ready. Gonna take ball 4. Draws the walk. Dukes have a runner on.
Batting next for the Dukes, the pitcher and designated hitter, number 19, Chris Danko.
Danko now up. Danko, first pitch, taken for a ball. Pick off them, throws over to first. Try and get Fleming. He's able to get back standing up. I don't even think he got his full lead off. Danko trying to help himself out being the pitcher. Add some more run support. Runner goes well before it starts, and Danko hits a hard ground ball into right field for a base hit. Fleming on the way to third. Danko with an incredible base hit. Just sneaking that under the glove of the first baseman.
The third baseman, number 21,
Just getting
Paul
under there as
Reedy.
he tried diving over. So now there are runners on first and third, no outs. Paul Reedy steps up to bat. Chance to add on a couple more runs. Fleming started going before Lobinger started his delivery, but it's too late. He ended up delivering as Danko goes first pitch. Reedy hits a high fly ball to the right field. Should be playable. Danko has to go back. Fleming going to tag. Throw home. Is it going to get him? High throw. Fleming slides under the throw. It was in line. He's able to get underneath the catcher and score. Paul Reedy with a sac fly.
Fielder, number 5, Eli Maurer.
Eli Maurer with a 2 RBI base hit. Comes up to bat. Danko still at first. Had to retreat after Reedy hit that one in the air, but he was stealing. Doesn't go that pitch. Ball 1 upstairs to Maurer. Maurer going to take fastball, strike 1. Count evens out. Dukes doing a great job jumping on the board first and continuing to add more runs. Lobinger steps off. Danko shuffles back to first. Wasn't very far off the base. Danko goes. Maurer hits a high fly ball. Left center field. Should be playable, however, and the catch will be made. Danko is going to have to go back to first base, so that there's 2 outs in the inning. Danko remains at first. Maurer hit that one pretty well. He was just underneath it. And now Nico Ruggieri coming up to bat for the 3rd time already. Ruggieri swings and misses inside. Fastball went protection mode there. Didn't jump out of the way. Waves. That would have been ball 1. That's a hard decision to make, especially when someone like that's throwing it at you. Danko goes. Taken for strike 2. Danko slides in successfully. Stolen base. Ruggieri, however, down 0-2. Took the pitch from Laubinger for a strike. Glenbard West trying to leave Danko at second. Ruggieri fouls that one straight back into the netting. Staying alive. The 0-2. Ruggieri going to poke this one into right field. It's a base hit. Should be an RBI. Danko on his way up. The throw not in time. Danko dives home safely. Ruggieri on his way to second, and he slides in safely. That's another run for the Dukes. Nico Ruggieri sending that one the opposite way.
Next for the Dukes,
Pokes it into right field.
Number 4, Matt Barton.
And that's a 2-out RBI. For Nico Ruggieri. Matt Barton going to step in. He's walked both times he's stepped in that box. Dukes now lead by 6 with that Ruggieri RBI. Barton trying to keep the trend going. Scoring runners. Barton looking for his first hit of the day. He's going to take ball 1 up and away. Laubinger comes set. Delivers. Barton just going to poke this one in between the third baseman and shortstop. It is stopped, however, by Jason Valdez. So that will just be an infield single for Matt Barton.
Center fielder, number 20, Ryan Turner.
Stops the potential RBI from coming in. But now Dukes have runners on first and third. Ryan Turner looking for that for his first hit of the day as well. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Turner going to take ball 1 outside. Change up. And didn't quite stay over the plate. Big bottom of the third starting to brew for the Dukes. Added on a couple runs. Runner goes. Turner going to pop it up in the infield, right side. Playable. Who's going to get it? No one gets it. It falls down. And wow, Barton's going to have to go back to third. Ruggieri comes in to score. Complete miscommunication. The first baseman, Charlie Klein, called it. He called off his second baseman, Nico Rudy, but it's just going to fall. He dove and it falls out in front of him. Dukes now have a 7-run lead. They're up 8-1. Rasmus steps into the box. So, infield single for Turner as he's going to steal second. Didn't touch a glove, so that will not be an error. But very interesting. how that played out. Rasmus got hit. Yes, he did. Just clipped that inner back thigh of his. And he's headed to first. Bases are loaded for Jack
Heading next for the
Braun.
Dukes, the first baseman, number 7, Jack Braun.
Barton's going to stay
Returning for the Dukes,
on
number
third.
9, Brian Filosa.
Brian Filosa out of dugout once again. Rasmus getting ready to put his gear back on. There are 2 outs. So the IHSA rules state that you are allowed to pinch run. You have some speed at first base. Filosa very quick. Ball 1 upstairs to Braun. Wabinger, another long inning. Reminiscent of the one Orzula got into in the second when the Dukes scored 5. 1-0 to Braun. He's going to hit this one on the ground right to the first baseman. And this time he'll make the play for the 3rd out. However, the Dukes score 7. Tack on a bunch of runs once again. So great job by the York offense. So we head to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th. Starting Chris Danko. Ready for his 4th inning of work. Fire ball 1 upstairs to the 3rd baseman, I should say. Brandon Nunez, 0 for 1. Reached on an error in his last at-bat by Nico Ruggieri. The next pitch on its way. Fastball, ball 2 upstairs. Same pitch, same result. Danko just missing ever so slightly. Danko fires another fastball, ball 3. He's asking the umpire where that miss. So falls behind quickly, 3-0. Fires ball 4. This time outside. So
Heading next for
another
the
walk
Hilltoppers,
issued by
left fielder,
Danko.
number 2, Reed Sheely.
Danko up to 5 walks, 6 Ks. 5 walks, obviously a lot. Reed Sheely looks at another ball, so Danko's 5th consecutive ball. Danko's set. Misses outside once again. 2-0 the count. Sheely up ahead. Danko taking a minute to himself, steps off the mound. Oh, 2-0. Breaking ball. Called ball 3, so Danko's 7th consecutive ball. Sheely likely taking. Danko finally gets one over. Strike 1. The fastball. It's been a roller coaster start for Danko. Overall, he's been very good. Fires in another strike at the knees. Brendan Fleming up in the Duke's pen. So there's a pickoff attempt. They did not get him. That was very close. Nunez almost picked off. Good try by Danko. The count is now full. Called strike 3. Rung him up. Nice fastball by Danko. Sheely can't believe it. Danko's 7th strikeout of the day. That's what I'm saying. Up and down. Danko walks one, then will strike out the next 3 batters. Get out of the inning completely unscathed. High pop up right side going to be out of play. Braun still running over. It's well over the net. By the time he even got close. And I mean, Danko, I feel like these long innings are not doing him any favors. I feel like it's just taking him a minute to settle in because, I mean, after throwing 7 consecutive balls, there's a throw over to first, not going to be in time. He's really settled in. And he's firing. It seems to be that first couple of batters, strike 2, that he seems to struggle with command with. And I mean, early in the game, it's kind of opposite. Started off very hot, but he was still working the count. Curveball called strike 3. Danko, another strikeout, back-to-back looking strikeouts for the junior pitcher.
Batting next for the Hilltoppers, the catcher, number
8
1,
strikeouts.
Jacob Locks.
Sheely and Charlie Klein responsible for half of his total strikeouts today. Jacob Locks, the catcher, going to go out. He walked his first at-bat. Danko's starting to get a better feel for that curveball as that continues to be his go-to kind of pitch. Fastball just a little bit outside. Ball 1. Slider not been consistent. Changeup hasn't been consistently over the plate. That curveball, he keeps going back to it. Doesn't throw it a lot. When he's thrown it, it's been excellent. Swinging strike from Locks. Swings at the high heat from Danko. Glenbard looking for any sort of life on offense. Locks fouls that one straight back. After scoring just 1 run off the triple last inning. In my opinion, they got a little bit lucky on that one. So it looked like it might have been out of play. Nice curveball, but not going to get the call. Count evens out. 2-2. 2 outs. Chris Danko looking to strand yet another runner. Locks fouls that one off straight back onto the highway. Ooh, look, the ooze of the crowd. Maybe that one hit a car. Wonder how much damage is done to innocent passing by cars on the local streets. If you hit it to the right side and over the netting, it's likely to go in the street. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Danko walks the first batter, strikes out the next 3. He's got 9 strikeouts today. Another good start from the right-hander. GBW puts up another 0 on the scorebook. Duke's trying to end this game soon, up 7. And Fleming, Danko, and Paul Reedy be up soon. Bottom of the 4th will be arriving shortly. Bottom of the fourth underway, leading things
the bottom
off.
of the fourth for the Dukes.
Josh Fleming,
The second
0 for
baseman,
1.
number 12, Josh Fleming.
Drew a walk in his last at-bat on a full count, something he's done quite often since last year, working the count, making his pitchers throw him a lot of pitches. Has a great eye at the plate, very disciplined. You rarely see him caught looking when he strikes out. So there's going to be ball one, going to skip in between the catcher's legs and all the way to the backstop. Fleming up 1-0. GBW stranded a runner last inning. Chris Danko struck out 3 batters in a row after issuing a leadoff walk. Now Fleming crushes this one to left field, just out in front of that. That might go to the parking lot and hit a teacher's car. Nearly does, just bounces in front of it. Anyways, as I was saying, the Dukes offense probably trying to get us close to, if not get to the slaughter rule. As there's ball number 2 to Fleming that was inside, down low. York has 6 games this week. This is the second one. Only home game of the week due to rainouts and just how their schedule works. Fleming, so we get a high fly ball center field. Shallow, charging his center fielder. No, it's another miscommunication, and it's going to fall in between the center fielder and the second baseman. Fleming, great job running it out of the way, gets to second. And that's the second one we've seen like that. Fleming gets a double, probably the shortest double you'll ever see. Chris Danko now up. We saw a miscommunication earlier between first baseman Charlie Klein and second baseman Nico Rudy. This time Nico Rudy and Joey Campanella having a bit of communication errors. It looked like Campanella called him off, so Rudy showed up. Then Campanella at the last second said, "Wait, I don't have it anymore." But it was far too late, and Fleming gets a double out of it. And there's ball 1 to Chris Danko. And if you're Carter Harbinger, I mean, you gotta continue to do what you're doing. You're attacking the zone. You're not getting. Those are 2 plays where you got weak contact, and you're just. Go back to those at-bats. What did you do? And try and replicate that to get more weak contact and get out of the inning quickly. Ball 2 outside. Danko ahead. And, he lost the defensive formations. Locke picks it back up. Harbinger steps off, looks at Fleming. Neither Jason Valdez nor Nico Rudy really moving over. Ball 3 to Danko. Danko already has a walk today and a base hit. Looking to reach base once more. So there's conversation between middle infielders, catcher, and pitcher. Maybe they're talking about something. Maybe it has to do with Fleming over at second base. Danko steps back in the box. Had 3-0. Harbinger been all over the place in terms of his ability to control the ball. And, outside part of the plate that his fastball catches. It's called for a strike. Just a bit outside to Danko, but close enough where it's not egregious call. Danko going to hit this one to first base, and it off the glove of the first baseman. Danko, however, cannot beat out the play at first. Fleming moves over to third.
Heading next for the Dukes, the third baseman, number 21,
unassisted.
Paul Reedy.
Ground out to first base. Paul Reedy up, had the sac fly his last at bat. So Harbinger has an out, facing 8 and 9. Infield in. Can't let the lead get to 8. Reedy going to smoke this one down the left field line, but it's going to be fouled away. Reedy 0-1 now. Fleming 90 feet away from putting the Dukes ahead. 8 runs. There's a changeup called for a ball. It was outside. Reedy, very patient at the plate. Can hit it all over the field, essentially. I've seen him go oppo multiple times, but if he gets the inside pitch, he can get ahead of it, pull it down the line. There's ball 2, curveball, just didn't catch the plate at any point. Reedy waiting 2-1 inside just to get out of the way. Count goes up to 3-1. And Harbinger likely to challenge him. Actually, Harbinger probably going to go something, maybe breaking ball, as he's just looking to not get a run across. Reedy fouls this one on the ground down the third base line and foul. The count is now full. I think now this is when Harbinger needs to really challenge him here. He's going to try and give him the best pitch and say, hit it if you can. So on the full count, hits him. Top shoulder, helmet comes off. Luckily that didn't hit his face or his head. Reedy trots over to first base. So now we have runners on the corner, 1 out.
The left fielder,
Eli Maurer up.
Eli Maurer.
So that's the second time Reedy has been hit by a pitch today. He was hit in his first at bat. Maurer had the 2 RBI base hit. Really got things going for the Dukes. Was just under 1, but he had a big fly out last time he was up. So the first pitch for ball. One 0 delivery. It's going to be outside, ball 2. Reedy still at first. Doesn't take off here. Maurer going to hit this one high. Right side should be playable for the right fielder. Fleming gets ready to tag. The right fielder, his throw not good enough. Way short, cut off by the first baseman, Charlie Klein. Danny Nash has had a couple of good throws.
Batting next for the Dukes, the shortstop, number 3, Nico Ruggieri.
But that one just very short. York adds on another run. But they have 2 outs now. Nico Ruggieri up to bat. Nico, 2 hits. Takes ball 1 outside. And Nico has just continued to hit the ball extremely well. Had the big double in the left center gap. And then the infield pop-up single on the first miscommunication by GVW as there's ball 2 in the dirt. Reedy not going. And he's going to foul that one to the right side. So 2 strikes on one strike on Ruggieri. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brendan Fleming still up in the pen throwing. Ruggieri fouls this one off again. 2-2 now. Count evens out. Just a tad bit behind those last 2 pitches. But he's getting the right launch angle, and those could potentially be extra base hits if he was just a tad bit earlier. But still, I feel like those are pretty good swings put on by Ruggieri. He's going to take ball 3. Low and away. It's been Harbinger's spot. He's been putting the ball if he's missing the zone most consistently. I feel like he's really just releasing the ball a little bit too late. He's not been able to locate the strike very well. Reedy goes. Ruggieri going to line this one right to shortstop. Scooped up Throw to first is in time. Soft liner, Ruggieri one hopped up to the shortstop. And the Hilltoppers finally get the third out of the inning. Dukes do score once. That's the third consecutive inning they have put on a run. The 6-3 groundout ends the inning. A likely pitching change coming soon. And it is. Brendan Fleming gets on the mound. Danko's day is done, likely hitting the pitch count. It'll be interesting. Let's see. Next inning, top of the fifth, coming up, and hopefully, your hope Fleming can get an out with minimal pitches, as Dukes may need him in a couple of days to go multiple innings. Hoping for a fast, efficient inning, but fortunately for them, that's how Fleming likes to work. Top of the fifth, coming up soon.
Leading off the top of the
Rasmus
fifth
and
for
Fleming break
Glenbard
their meeting
South,
up at the
or,
mound in the top of the
Glenbard
fifth.
West.
We'll be starting
Center fielder,
shortly.
number
Joey
3,
Campanella
Joey Campanella.
up for the third time today. 0 for 2. First 3 hitters in this Glenbard West lineup, all hitless. 2 walks, however, issued both by Chris Danko. Sliders, first pitch swung on and missed. Brendan Fleming. It's a low to mid-80s fastball and a nice slider, changeup, and curveball. Goes changeup, and that's strike number 2. So quickly, Fleming gets ahead, 0-2 in the count. That's going to be ball 1 just outside. That looked like it was a slider, and it just didn't break into the plate like he was hoping. There's a high pop-up. It's going to be over the net and out of play to the left side. Campanella has not made a lot of solid contact today. The only ball he's put in play was a weak chopper to Josh Fleming. There's a fastball, just a bit outside. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Campanella goes down swinging, and so quickly 1 out for the
second baseman,
Dukes.
number 25, Nico
Rudy steps in. Fleming comes set. First pitch, slider just a bit low and away. Ooh, fastball just bounces in the dirt. Rasmus had to block that one. He's readjusting the shin guards. 2-0 the count. It's the pitch. Ooh, spiked in the dirt. Fastball. 3-0 now. This will likely be a take for Rudy, as the Hilltoppers just need base runners. Only runs scored in the third. Down 8. Fleming goes changeup that time and floats it over the middle. The count is now 3-1. Rudy now looking to get a hit. As there's strike 2 called on the outside part of the plate. Nice fastball from Fleming. Makes the count full now. Big pitch, you want to limit the number of batters you face. And there's going to be a ball muscled up the middle. Nico Ruggieri cuts across Josh Fleming, makes the play. I'm sorry, that's Brian Filosa, who replaced Ruggieri. Makes a nice defensive play there for the second out of the inning.
Jason Valdez.
Fleming looked like he had a beat on it, but may have been hit too slow for him to be able to transfer that one in time. Filosa cut across, had his momentum going to first and makes the throw. As there's a swing, fly ball, right side, should be playable. Coming in is Barton, and he makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Brendan Fleming. The Dukes needing 2 more runs to end this game early. And they get it is the question. Bottom of 5 coming up soon. Bottom of the 5th. Getting started here, Matt Barton.
The right fielder, number 4, Matt Barton.
Stepping into the box, Carter Lobinger. His 3rd inning of work. He's given up 4 of the 9 runs scored by the Dukes. So there's a fastball up and away. Ball 1. Barton 1 for 1. 2 walks, an infield single. 1-0 on its way. It's going to be called. Strike 1, fastball at the knees. One and one on its way. It's going to be a fastball up and away. So 2-1. Dukes looking to end this game, this inning, to preserve arms, as Barton hits a line drive out to right field, but that's going to be caught. That was hit very hard, but right at Danny Nash.
Next for the Dukes,
makes the put out.
Center fielder, number 20, Ryan Turner.
Ryan Turner. Now up. Turner 1 for 2, a strikeout, a walk in, and another infield single. Takes curveball, strike 1. Lobinger gets ready. There's a rocket up the middle for a base hit into center field. Turner aboard. The Dukes have a 1-out hit. It's going to bring up Jack Rasmus, the cleanup hitter. Oh, pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting for the Dukes.
Noah
Number
Jones.
27, Noah Jones.
Jonesy getting into the game. Rasmus going to get the rest of the game off. Jones takes fastball upstairs, ball one. Second substitution in the field. Jonesy takes strike one. Fastball. Lawbridge are looking at Turner for an awful long time. Now set to throw the pitch to Jonesy. Swing and a miss. The high changeup. Just a bit out in front of it. So he really needed. Just it would have helped him if he just kept his weight back for just maybe a second more. He could have barreled that one up, because that was a pretty good swing, just a little bit out in front. Jonesy, good eye, takes ball two. Breaking ball in the dirt. Turner modest lead at first. Jones ready. Going to take another ball low. Now count is full. So back-to-back pitches in the dirt. Jones. That was a full count. Turner does not go. Jones going to sky this one. Right side. Is it playable for Klein? It is not. It's out of play. So Jones fouls that one off. Trot back to home plate where he's going to get to see another pitch. Turner. Still not going. Jones hits this one high in the air, deep to left center field. Should be playable. However, for the center fielder, catch is made. Turner has to retreat. Well hit ball by Jones, just a little bit under it, but he could put a good swing in it. Flies out to center field.
Pinch hitting for Jack Braun, number 10.
There's
Nick
two outs.
Fisher.
Nick Fisher going to get in the game for Jack Braun. Fisher wears number 10. First action we've seen from him this year on YSN. 2 outs. Fisher trying to get advanced. Turner takes ball one high and inside near the face. Coach Kalal emptying the bench for a lot of his young players in this 9-1 game. Ball low and away, 2-0, and this, assuming the score holds, this is a much-needed win for York. They just needed these conference wins to climb up the conference rankings, especially after LT beat Downers Grove North, as there's another ball. Nice stop, though, by the catcher. 3-0 the count. LT beat Downers Grove North. So right now this conference pretty much could be anybody's, and York really trying to make that run for it. Fisher waiting on 3-0, gets a strike. He's probably taking, just trying to get on base. 3-1 the count now. Turner not going. Fisher swing and a miss. Count is now full. Changeup caught him out in front. 3-2, 2 outs. Turner does not go, and it's ball 4. Fisher draws the walk. Runners are on first and second now.
Heading next for the Dukes, the second baseman, number 12, Josh Fleming.
Josh Fleming still in the game. It's a double, a walk, and a ground out. 1 for 2. And here comes the Glenbard West manager. Talk things over with his team. Maybe a pitching change, as Lovinger's been out there for quite some time. Last time he came up to the mound, he didn't make a pitching change. He was just talking things over with Joey Urzula. He does the same with Lovinger, goes back to the dugout. Turner goes back to second after a quick chat with Coach Galal. Fisher's still over at first. And Josh Fleming set to see the first pitch of this. Could be his last at-bat of the game. Lovinger set. Delivers. Fleming on top of that one. Foul ball. Hits the netting of the Duke's dugout, and he's quickly down 0-1. Fleming put a violent swing into that one. He's probably just trying to go hit that one out, end the game. Save his brother's arm for a later date this week. There's ball 1 changeup outside. Fleming awaiting. Swinging a high fly ball deep to left field. Going back. This one is out of here. He's homered again, back-to-back days. This was probably going to do it as players starting to come out of the dugouts. Josh Fleming with another home run. It was a moonshot this time, a 3-run home run. And that's a game winner. Both teams are going to line it up. Fleming with another shot. He just got that fastball belt high, exactly where he loves it. And it's 12-1 the final score. And great win for the Dukes up in the season-long series against the Hilltoppers. 2-0. They were Hilltop today. Huge 11-run victory. Ended by none other than Josh Fleming in a towering 3-run blast. And lots of good things we'd like to see. Danko struggled with control early. Had 5 walks total, but struck out 9. And Josh Fleming, another great day. Nico Ruggieri, a great day as well. Double and a single. And player of the game today is going to be Josh Fleming. Won it on the home run. Had the very short double in the shallow center field. But it's a great win for the Dukes. York Sports Network, I have been Connor Choi. Till next time, Dukes win 12-1.